Hello everyone, I'm Nirvana Sparkle and I just finished watching Frenemies. Now, seeing that this episode is more focused on the villains, aka what people are starting to call the Legion of Doom, there shouldn't be a moral here, and technically there isn't, but I'm going to give it one anyway. You're stronger together. Cooperation, good. Some people can actually do things and make up for your differences and your disadvantages. It's good to have homies. Bada blah. But seeing that this episode is about the villains, and mostly about comedy, forget all that. Grogar is sick and tired of Cozy Globe, Tyrek, and Chrysalis, who's one doctor's visit short of getting some help every 4 hours, being in a white padded room, and with a straight jacket. She's gone so far down. These guys can't even get along for 5 seconds. And even when left to their own devices, they can't even have a team meeting with cupcakes, which leads to another Daniel Ingram joint. And one of his best joints, might I add. A better way to be bad. Have these guys been watching way too many Broadway shows? At least they've been watching the good ones. Because this one's a toe tapper. Extremely catchy, extremely whimsical. It's a deliciously wicked track. And it helps that during the song, the three ex-major villains have their own individual spotlights and are trying to steal the spotlight from the other two as the song increases. Once again, establishing the key point, these three do not, by any circumstances, want to work together. And Grogar's had enough and sends them on a mission to attain a magical artifact of his. A magical belt that contains half of his magical power in it. Nice. That's the good news. The bad news is it's on top of Equestria's version of Mount Everest known as Mount Everhoof, filled with constant avalanches, magical winds, and the like. So it's up to the three of them to work together to climb the mountain. Except these three, obviously, don't have any interest in doing that. And even when they get to the mountain, they all go in their own individual ways on how to attack it. Cozy tries to manipulate the guardian of the mountain, an old guy by the name of Rusty Buckets. But thanks to the friendship journal of season 4 that became a book all the way back in season 7, no can do. Tyrek, being the smarter one of the three, decides to sit this one out and make a campsite and wait for the other two to fail. Oh, Tyrek, how much I love you for being smart. Chrysalis, trying every changeling way in the book to try to climb the mountain herself, just can't do it. And when the three of them meet back up at Tyrek's campsite, well, they start reminiscing, or rather, hate-missing on their collective hatred. Strangely for Twilight, why is it always Twilight? Why can't it be some pony else? You know, a Rainbow Dash or Rarity or some other pony? Why does it always have to be my beloved wife that is the source of everybody's collective hatred and jokes? And when you know it, they start bonding over their collective hate. It's just like Chrysalis said, the magic of friendship is like a virus. You can't stop it, even if you're a villain. Even villains can be friends, which is ironic, but it works perfectly for this show, though. The three of them collectively and still reluctantly work together and do get the belt. However, they realize that their collective power could overthrow the Mad Billy Goats. Haven't I seen this so many times before in Power Rangers? A villain that sees the main villain keeps failing. The underlings keep trying to backstab each other to try to become the lead villain. Ultimately, usually in Power Rangers, the lead villain wins out. If you need an example of this, go watch Ninja Storm. And also, pay respects when you watch Ninja Storm, please. There you'll find a perfect example of how this plot line may be setting up. And yes, it's cliche as all heck, this episode and the path we're on. But it works out. This episode is a pure comedy with these three characters and their hatred yet connection with each other driving the whole thing. Character dialogue is wonderfully wicked. Each of the three get to show their strengths and the loss of their minds. The song is a beautiful thing, and even the set up art to the finale also leaves a lot of intrigue. Plus, we get another display of just how strong Grogar actually is. This episode is exactly what we needed, seeing that we are pretty much 1/4 or 1/3 the way home here. This was a much needed episode. No feels, just laughs, and it's a beautiful thing. That's why Frenemies gets a 5 out of 6 from me. The pacing, however, in this episode, it takes way too slow for them to get up to the mountain. It's almost done in the final 10 minutes that we finally see the mountain climb happen. But other than that, that's the only thing that keeps it away from perfection. But how do you feel about it? Leave it down in the comment section below. Tell me on the Twitter at Lyoko Lion, or even use at Code Equestria if you feel inclined, or many other places. In fact, this review will also be up on Reddit as well, if you need that. So until next week, where, because I've seen some things, the feels will be back in town. I'm Nirvana Sparkle, and it's so good to be good, and I've found a better way to be good, not bad. Find peace in your own Nirvana. even if it's through a collective hate of a purple pony. At least you found peace.